So, how did everybody like the speeches? I thought they were extremely good and well written. Now, it is my honor to introduce our chief guest, Mr. Vijay Narang. Mr. Narang has B.Tech honors in mechanical engineering at the prestigious IIT Gangapur Institute in India. He was the vice president of the ITC Group, a corporation that specializes in goods and services as diversified as hospitality to information technology. He uses his vast experience to serve consulting and advisory roles at the Tobacco Institute in India, Boston Pledge, and OneSource Information Services. He is now an advisor of Toast Incorporated, a cloud-based restaurant software company. I would now like to introduce our chief guest, Mr. Vijay Narang. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Okay, wait. Let me get for a moment here.
Thank you.
Vijay, can we do that in the front of the...
Yeah.
This is something
Take the
we did
papers
not...
from him.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Beta, you want to give that thing in front of the...
Pick this up also.
Yeah. It's just a photo, okay? Thank you.
Can I have my notes? Right. First of all, it's a great honor and a pleasure to be over here. And I must thank Paresh for inviting me yesterday. And it has been a very exhilarating experience so far. And you know, I feel that I've gone back into my young, youthful student age, and I'll really talk about that. And B, in fact, I think you guys have done such phenomenal presentations today that I think I should also go back and join Paresh classes sometime. That's really good, phenomenal. And thirdly, I must say that one of the suggestions I have for all the children would be that you must always give regard, love, respect for your parents. The parents are the one who give so much to you all. Look, they're all over here, right? And they're always looking for time, and they spend most of their time looking after you. So we owe them to pay back to them and live up to their expectations. Now, talking about the presentations, it was absolutely amazing. I made a couple of notes. Let's see where they are. Yeah, the first presentation was made by Aishini, right? And I must say, it touched my personal chord in the sense I've learned from you today that having a dog helps you to exercise and lose weight, something I've been struggling with all this time. And but your presentation was awesome. In fact, all the presentations are great. Sanjay, you were amazing. I liked your energy. Absolutely amazing. Something I'm really proud of. Right? The humor that you brought in, you were engaging all the time. And I love the way you built up the Lego in your life. Very good. Alicia, you were extremely confident, very good, and you spoke brilliantly on your 3 pet stories. Then, Garima, you really spoke on an extremely difficult topic, and it was very engaging, and you brought it out so well that we just kept on. You riveted us to the world top, right? And then it was next was Vedas. You touched on a very Vedants. Okay, you touched on a very sort of relevant topic. You had done a lot of research. You brought out the whole subject very well, extremely well. And Varsha, you were also absolutely amazing. You again brought out a very relevant topic and you presented it extremely well. And this is something like all children, everybody faces, or parents all the time, but you brought the subject out very well. Thank you to all of you for doing a tremendous presentation. as I said, I need to go back to the public speaking course of Paresh to learn how to make a good presentation. So I don't think I'll be able to measure to that now. But learning a wee bit from you or just now, a couple of points came to me that I'm going to be hoping to talk about for the next 5-7 minutes. I like to go back when I was your age and what I experienced, what I learned, what I valued, and it helped me in my life later on. First of all, my parents were in Pakistan. The country was partitioned, and we literally were sort of ravaged and came with nothing to India. And by the way, we just moved to USA only about 10 years back, so don't mind my accent and language, it will be, a bit hybrid. So,
No pressure here. School pressures.
right. So my parents, as every parent desires, to put the children to the best of the schools. My parents spent, I think, about 60-70% of their earnings to put me in a best prestigious school in India, in Delhi. It was a Delhi public school. And I learned a bit of English and I was very happy, but I was lucky, happy-go-lucky guy, never worked hard and just enjoyed my life. But within 2 years, my dad was transferred to a small, relatively town where I went down to a school where English was hardly taught, in the sense that most of the medium of language in this class was in Hindi. I went and joined the school because since I knew a bit of English, I was put into the best section, the elitist section over there. And there, when I went there, the English was taught in a very interesting manner. The monetary benefits were given. If you could tell the meaning of any particular word, you will get 1 cent or 2 cents for that. And it was later on auctioned that, okay, he would say, if anybody can tell the answer of this thing, I'll give you 2 cents. If somebody kept quiet, so he said, okay, I'll give you 4 cents. So Vijay waited till he made it to 50 cents and he would give all the answers. So I used to collect money in that particular way. But the point I'm making, it made me confident also. I was winning. So it is that small little successes that built in my confidence at that particular level. I mentioned I was in the best section. So all the best students were in my particular class. And I used to notice these guys used to really slog. Even during the break period, they were studying and learning. No play. They were all studying. So I got involved with them. And I also started following them, the peer followership. And then in the school final examination, the university examination, and I was quite confident I'll get what they call first class very comfortably. And my dad, and the day the results were supposed to come, I was very confident, but my dad was not. So early morning, he got up at 5 o'clock in the morning, looked at the newspaper. The results used to then come in a newspaper. And he looked for my name, my roll number. And the roll number was missing. I was very casually got up at 6:37, and I could see a long face on my dad, very unhappy. Hey, Vijay, you have disappointed me. You have failed. Your roll number is not there. So I said, okay, I'm quite sure there must be some mistake. They can't sort of fail me. I've done quite well, really. So then, after half an hour or so, I looked at the newspaper to see who were, the toppers, the first 50 people's names used to appear. And when I looked at that to see who of my friends have got it, I found my name was right on the top over there.
Oh.
Right? And that took to my dad. And, the point I was making was that it was the small successes, it was that good company that helped me to go right on the top in this particular one. But now the next story starts. I became overconfident. I became probably complacent. a dangerous one. Then later on, in the next examination, I took it easy. I got my first class, but because the life was so competitive, I did not get into the best regional college. So I was most disappointed again. A failure at that particular time. My friends had got in, I couldn't. And then again, the failure taught me to start working very hard. For 3 months, I slogged and slogged. There was no time for food. If I'm eating food, I'm still studying. And then I appeared for an All India examination. And as you had mentioned, I was able to get into the best college in India. So the second lesson that we learned was that defeat should not be treated as a defeat, but this is a stepping stone towards success. So this is what I would really like to advise you, that do not worry about defeats. There are stepping stones for success in the future. Right? Now if you have any questions, please.
Okay, guys, it's okay to ask questions. Okay, cool. Okay, so wait a minute, let him see if he has anything else to say.
Any questions?
Cool, then he did his job well, man. Awesome. Come on, guys, give him a big hand. Thank you. Take it, man.